William? Are you eating mommy's blueberries? Can you stop? Hallo? Du? Nei? Yes. Hi guys, and welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Nina, and this is my second holiday vlog of 2021, summer holiday vlog of 2021 from our cabin in the Norwegian mountains. I decided to split the footage up in two videos because I had filmed a lot on Monday. And as usual, when I vlog, it kind of gets less and less the further out the week I go. So a Monday was a busy day filming, but I wanted to show you what we did or what we have done for the rest of the week as well. I didn't vlog on Friday because it was we were so tired after our trip to the fishing cabin. So we picked cloudberries and walking in the, what's the English word, sump, is so tiring, and we did that for many hours, so we were so tired when we got back. Today it's Sunday. We were actually going home today, but I think we may go home tomorrow morning. Today we're going to clean and tidy up. We always do that before we leave the cabin. And we're going to pick blueberries and cloudberries, and I'm going to film a bit. So that's today. So here is some of what we have done the other days of our holiday. I hope you enjoy. we have a lot of ripe bananas, so I'm making banana pancakes for breakfast. And that's my pancakes all done. I have no idea what to serve with banana pancakes, so I fried some bananas. I have peanut butter. I think Elvis loved banana and peanut butter sandwich or something, so I guess that may be good. And my husband is outside picking blueberries, so we can have that.
Slideshow of sorts, and it turned out to be an hour long, so I put the whole path in with the terracing and planting. It's amazing.
Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday and I'm doing the dishes. We've had a lovely start to the morning. As you saw, we did a bit of yoga. We are so stiff in our bodies, and just thought that we have to do something. So the other day we bought a couple of yoga mats and have decided to try to do yoga together at least 3 times a week. So we do Yin and Yang yoga, and it feels great. As you saw, we there are room for improvement, but it feels so good afterwards. And as we had the banana pancakes for breakfast, they were good. Not my favorite, but okay, a bit different. yesterday. I don't know when I stopped vlogging, but we took a much longer trip than we had planned, so we ended up in the neighboring valley and town called Gol, and that's in the valley called Holliday. And that's where my husband's father's family is from. So it was nice to see the old house, and I don't think he has a lot of, maybe a second cousin or something is the only one living there, so not much relatives left. Today I don't know what I have planned. My husband is, of course, as always and everywhere, he's working. He has begun to cut the grass. I wouldn't call it a lawn because it's a lot of acres and a lot of grass to cut, but he has started. When whoever cuts our fence and open our gate, when they do that and let the cows in, when the cows poop and you don't take the poop away, it forms this kind of big grass, look like giant pimples on the ground. So the ground is very uneven, and we would like to take our horses here. We would like to be able to play ball and do things outside. So we have begun the process of trying to even out the ground. If we are going to do that ourselves, I think it's going to be a long process. So I'm trying to persuade my husband to ask one of the farmers to do it. But yeah, we'll see. He has started, so that's what he's doing. I don't know what I'm going to do today, so we'll just have to see. Right now I'm going to watch my favorite YouTubers and do the dishes the old-fashioned way. We actually just realized that today, the 3rd of August, we have owned this beautiful place for a year, so we're off to buy some bubbly and maybe get our hands on a cake. Yeah. You may not know this about Norway, but here it's not allowed to sell alcohol or drinks that is stronger than 4.7, I think, percent alcohol. So if you are to buy something stronger than that, and that means everything that's more than a beer, you have to go to something called Vinmonopolet, and that's owned by the government, or us, the state, and that's part of the Norwegian alcohol politics. It's to protect the people that have problems with alcohol and younger people from drinking, so that you can go into a grocery store and buy some dinner without having to see bottle of wines or other strong alcohol drinks. Yeah, some people don't like it. I think it's a good idea. It's not a problem for me to go to Vinmonopolet. I gladly do that if that can help people that have problems with alcoholism, or to prevent the young people from start drinking at an early age. And the reason I started this long explanation about the Norwegian alcohol politics is that we are a bit pressed for time because Vinmonopolet, it closes at 5 p.m. on working days, and on Saturday I think it's 4. And we also have rules like it's closed days before holidays, again to prevent, and that's to protect children, because there is often a lot of drinking when it comes to holidays. So often the Vinmonopolet is closed the day before a holiday. So we're going to Vinmonopolet. We are ready to celebrate, and yes, it's only us. Note to self: don't buy cake before you have eaten dinner. We couldn't decide, so we got 4. Not going to eat everything today. Yes. And this is our celebratory dinner. Chicken on spear, fried vegetables, rice and peanut sauce. And I have given you the recipe for this in an earlier vlog. It's very good. Og hva skal jeg med? This is the place of one of our neighbors. He's a young man, and he has fixed up this old mountain farm. This is how it looked a long time ago, and he has managed to take good care of it. This little cabin is so cute, and it has a great location. I hope somebody takes care of it and that it doesn't just fall apart like many old mountain farms do. In the middle of the forest there's another mountain farm. It's an old one, but I think it's still in use. Can you imagine hundreds of years ago when they had to kind of break up this whole field, make this whole field? In Norway there's a lot of rock, a lot of trees. It must have been a lot of work. We have to be very quiet because, as I said the other day, the cows are allowed to go free, roam free, and I have a bucket, and the cows knows that often in buckets there are food. So the other day when we had been out picking cloudberries, the cows had surrounded our car, so we had to run around, and they saw us with buckets, so we had to run around in the woods for them not to catch us. And now we also have the dogs, and cows do not like dogs. They get totally fixated on the dogs, and there are a lot of mommies with calves, and they will kill you if they think you're in any kind of danger to the calves. So we walk, and now we're on the road, and there's a big herd of, I think, 20 or 30 cows that's usually on this road. So we are trying to be a bit still, silent, and we just heard them. I think they're behind us, I hope. That was a very long but wonderful walk. There was a lot of uphill, but we made it, and now I think we have deserved some more cake and some bubbly wine. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, and today we thought we were going to our other cabin. When we bought this cabin, and I know some of you already know, but when we bought this cabin, there were actually two cabins. This old mountain farm, and then about 100 meters further up in the mountains, there is what we call a fishing cabin. And that's a small cabin by a lake. And we are going there tomorrow with some friends to stay over for the first time. But we wanted to kind of prepare a bit for that, so we are getting some bits and pieces that we need, and we're taking an extra mattress. Also, it's about 1,700 meters to walk, or 1.67 kilometers, I think, or 1.5 maybe, I don't know. It's not the one. Yeah, never mind. It's yeah, so we're taking a mattress, and I don't know how I left off yesterday, but we ended up taking a long walk in the evening, much further than we had anticipated. As I've said, yesterday was our 1 year anniversary of owning the cabin, and so we're trying to get to know the area, both by car, by driving around and getting to know different places, but also by walking. So when we do walk, we usually don't know how far it is, or yeah, so we ended up taking a much longer walk than we had anticipated, and it was a much steeper walk than we had anticipated, so it was a really good exercise. So we were a bit pooped. We were a bit tired when we got back, we ate cake and we had some lovely dinner, and yeah, so it was a cozy and laid back day. And yeah, the same today actually. We've had I picked some blueberries when we were out walking yesterday. We too in Norway are feeling the climate change, so it's been a very hot and dry summer, so the blueberries are sour and small, and a bit early, but it's great anyways. Norwegian blueberries are blue right through the whole berry. It's not like the ones we buy that has the blue skin and they're kind of white and green inside. We call that American blueberries, but Norwegian blueberry are much smaller and they have a lot more antioxidants because of the color that goes right through. So I wanted to pick as much as I can. So I take a bucket when we go out on a walk, and I did that yesterday, and we had some blueberries with milk this morning. By the fishing cabin there are cloudberries. I have been picking a few cloudberries. Cloudberries in Norway is like gold. My husband just told me this morning that a lady had been robbed of her bucket with cloudberries. Someone claimed to own the berries or the place that the berries were growing. In Norway we have a law that says that even though you own a big property, the general public have the right to use the woods or nature and the walks along the water, and yeah, so it's pretty strict rules. If you claim to own some berries, cloudberries, you have to mark the area, and yeah, I just thought that was funny. It's very expensive to buy, so people and it's hard to get by, so people pick as much as they can. So and they never tell where they have found their cloudberries. That's a big secret. We have found a few. I just want some for Christmas. We blend cloudberries and whipped cream and have that with a cake called krumkake, which is it's like a biscuity cake. I'll show you when we come to Christmas, or if you have seen my Christmas videos, you know what krumkake is. So we have a little already, but I would like some more. So that's on the agenda as well. But first and foremost today, it's to get the cabin ready for us to go there tomorrow and stay over. So this is our beautiful fishing cabin, and as you can see, it's very close to this beautiful lake with the view of the mountains. And this is fresh water, and it's very clean. There's no water or electricity in this cabin. I'm sorry, my husband is working here as well. This coffee set, table and 2 chairs in metal, my husband has carried all the way here today. And all we have of electricity comes from this small solar panel. I thought I would give you a tour. It's very small and cozy. This room was actually meant to house the boat, but the previous owners have made this also into a living space. I don't think that's allowed, but they have done it. So, and we bought it like this. So there's a bed here for 2, a small window seat, and that's the gas. As I said, there's no electricity here. We have a small gas stove, and this is the kitchenette, I think it's called, and a small dining place. And there's a wooden stove and a sofa, and up here is where I carried the mattress. Let's see if I can show you. Ooh. And that can house, I think, at least two or 3 grown-ups, even more children. But the mattresses was so thin, and we are going to sleep there tomorrow, so yeah. I had to climb this. This is very high up, and my butt is too wide, so I think my husband has to do something. Yeah, but that's the whole cabin, and I think it's so cozy. And there's a beautiful view of the lake and the mountains. There's also a small outhouse, a toilet, and a place to, and this is as you can see, not a water toilet, and a small shed. We don't actually own the ground where this is standing, or we actually do, but we own it with a lot of other people, because this is the whole mountain is owned by farmers, and because our mountain farm used to be owned by farmers, we are now also part of this cooperation that owns the mountain. I even found a little bit of cloudberries around the cabin. Mountain dogs. It's evening, but I just wanted to show you. This is a beach, small mountain beach, and our cabin is about there. Really cute. Good morning, guys. It is Thursday and we have had a pretty early start. We have a lot to do today. As I told you yesterday, we are going to the fishing cabin to stay there tonight for the first time. So we got a lot of things done yesterday. Carried in a lot, especially my husband, poor thing. And today he is so kind that he has agreed to make the new ladder for the I don't know what it's called. Is it a loft? Yeah, the bed that's kind of in the second floor of the small cabin. So we are going into town again to buy materials for that, wood for that, and I want to see if I can find some lanterns. As I said, there's no electricity there, and maybe some bits and pieces more, or maybe, yeah. Took a shower yesterday, curled my hair, cut my bangs, so I'm feeling a little bit fresher. I don't know about you when you're on holiday. I wash when I have to, and that may gross some of you out, but yeah, I wash when I have to. I change my clothes when I need to, and pretty much stay dirty in the same clothes. But yesterday we had a shower and I felt like curling my hair and trying to look a bit more human today. I'm wearing a little bit of makeup just because I'm filming. Usually I don't do that either. My skin do not like the dry air up here, so I have terrible outbreaks, so that's why I'm wearing a little bit of makeup. Okay guys, I have to eat breakfast and then we're off to town again. So this is a pretty typical Norwegian breakfast. Slices of bread with something on, and today I have pizza, cheese and tomatoes, and we drink a lot of milk in Norway, and I have a glass of milk, and today it's chocolate milk. So these are the lanterns I ended up buying for the fishing cabin. It's a smaller one inside there. And then I bought this gorgeous, it's metal, it's with this kind of carving around with reindeers and forest, and it's copper inside. My husband thought it was too nice to have on a fishing cabin, but I don't think so. My husband is making the ladder for the fishing cabin, so I can get my wide bum up the stairs. And I thought I would make some lunch. I'm just going to use leftovers from when we had the peanut sauce and chicken. So just fry up some vegetables, the chicken and some peanut sauce, and I'll put them in some wraps. And that's my leftover lunch all done, or my lunch made with leftovers. I hope it's yummy.
Yes, ja.
Mm-hmm.
Och
Guys, it is Saturday and I am trying to start my editing. It's a lot of footage from this holiday. I didn't vlog yesterday. We were so tired from the trip to the fishing cabin, so we just picked a lot of cloudberries, walked a lot and then chilled on the sofa. This is my very healthy lunch today. We have done yoga this morning and I have had breakfast, and now I'm going to crack on with the editing and eat my lovely lunch with a bit of Chinese crested on the side. So it's time for the grand opening of the new gate. So the crowd has gathered. Let's try and see if it works.
så lukker du igjen da. Jeg kan gå.
Ikke bit. Ikke bite.
det en klossen på toppen grei?
Yeah. And I got all that berry just from our property. It's about 2 liters. But we have to head out to the forest to find some more. If you saw my last video, I mentioned during the house tour that I thought my dining room furniture was looking a bit too black and that I wanted to do some painting. And what I wanted to do is something called rosemaling. Some of you may know what that is. It's Norwegian, traditional Norwegian form of painting or decorating. This is one example. This was a kind of art that the farmers could do themselves, or some that were really good at painting. They traveled around, especially on the countryside. In the old days, almost all of Norway were either fishermen or farmers. So they went from farm to farm painting, and they painted furniture, they painted the walls, the ceilings. You could find rosemaling on almost everything. A lot of it was not very good painted, but it has its charm anyways, I think. And I think in the old days it was they used pretty clear and vibrant colors, but today we are used to seeing the colors muted because of the age, and we have started to paint muted as well. I have done rosemaling for a few years. I haven't done any for I think it has to be at least 10-15 years since I've done any rosemaling. And of course I, not intentionally, but I stopped right when I was starting to kind of get the hang of it. So I bought some paint and brought it with me, but I will not paint directly on the furniture before I have kind of practiced for a while. So what I did do was I brought my rosemaling books to find some patterns. The books have a lot of patterns to see and to take measurements. So I'll take you off the tripod and I'll show you what I'm going to paint and what color scheme I'm going to use. So you won't see any painting now, but I will take with me the measurements and make the pattern at home, and then I will either take the furniture home piece by piece and paint it there, or I may do it here, I don't know. I'll see. But I'll take you off the tripod and I'll show you what I have planned. So this is the furniture I want to paint. I want to paint the doors on this cupboard and maybe the sides as well. And there are some carvings on top of the cupboard, and I will give that some color as well. And then I haven't quite decided about the chairs. I know I want a pattern here, and then I'm not sure on the back. I may do a small one here, and I'm going to do 3, it's not easy to see, 3 down here on this bench, and I may do a little one here, maybe. The books have these patterns in the back, and I use, is it called parchment paper, and a pencil to transfer. And there are different colors and different styles. It's a bit like if you know about Norwegian bunad and the embroidery you can find there. It's a bit like that. Different places in Norway has different patterns. I actually think this book is from an American lady with Norwegian heritage. And I think that this, I asked my daughter to look through the books, and I think this was the kind of color scheme that she wanted, and maybe with a little less blue. We'll have to see, but I like this kind of pattern and this kind of colors. So a lot of natural creams, browns, darker green, and then maybe a little blue. Seeing we have blue around the windows and on some of the doors. Here you can see a cupboard that's painted. I may do just doors and the drawer. I have to think about that. This cupboard is a bit different from mine, and as you see here, you can find rosemaling in almost everything. It's very expensive. The old things are very, very expensive. If you were to buy an old cupboard that was rosemalt or rose painted, you would pay a lot. And even the new, like this bowl, this is a wedding present from one of my husband's family, and this, first of all, the bowl is handmade, so it's very expensive, and when it's painted it's even more expensive. So yeah, and here you can see, I don't know how easy it is to see on camera, but this is an old church that's painted. They often had these kind of story, Bible story paintings as well, Adam and Eve, and yeah. And here you also can see that different places in Norway have had different traditions. These are some old cupboards. They're not pretty, I think, in the kind of what people would today think of as pretty, but I think there are very traditional, and in a Norwegian cabin or old farm, it really gives, it kind of has its own place, and it gives the house a bit of soul. So yeah, both my husband and I love this traditional art, both rosemaling and wood carving, like my father-in-law have done a lot of. So we wished for this for our as our wedding present. So we have a lot of things we got from our wedding, but we my grandfather also did rosemaling, and he did this old chest. He also did the door at our last cabin, but of course we didn't bring that along. I'm sorry if it's a bit messy here. That is also one of the pieces we got for our wedding. That one I think is from the 1600s. It's very old and has been in my husband's family. And we have a piece here. It's done by a local artist in another part of Norway, where we had our last cabin. This is not the rosemaling, but this is also this kind of what I think of as more modern, traditional. This is from a fairy tale, a very well-known motif in Norway. And we have this bowl also from our wedding. And this, I think this is very delicate. It's very nicely done. I like the pattern and the colors and the details, and yeah, very, very nice. And let's see if we have anything else. And here is some of my this is one of my pieces. This is to have this is an old cake. It's to carry cakes in. And this is me just practicing. It's on very cheap wood with very not traditional colors. But there are some of my pieces. And sorry, here is also one of my pieces. It's a tray. That's also done by me. Yeah, I think that's at least some of what we have. And here we also have some. This is also from a Norwegian fairy tale, and with the rose painting around, or rosemaling. Rosemaling means rose painting. And we are playing hide and seek with the cows again. They are right behind there. I can hear them. So we had to park far away. We're trying to enter the forest another way without them seeing us. And this was the catch of the day. It's about, I think, 8 liters. And this is all the cloudberry we could find. Somebody had been picking all of it. So, but yeah, we have about 2 liters. So I think that's enough for Christmas.